What's up, y'all? It's your boy Niner Faithful. I know everyone is having a legendary week. As I said many times last year, and I'll hopefully say again a lot this year. Well, that was an ass whooping. I did not. I was telling Jason off air. I was like, I did not expect that, bro. But of course, Jason and I are going to break down Niners Steelers for you. But before we get started today, we, of course, got to remind everybody to help out Niner Faithful Radio by using our shop49ers.com affiliate link. Link will be in the description of this podcast and or video. Go to SeatGiant.com. Use the promo code Niner Faithful Radio to save on all theater, concert, and sporting event tickets, as well as help out the show. To see everywhere you can subscribe to Niner Faithful Radio, go ahead and visit NinerFaithfulRadio.com/subscribe. Follow us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr at Niner Faithful Radio, and Twitter at Niner Faithful R. Jason does a bang-up job. Make sure you catch Jason and Jamie going live with NFR Weekly News Wrap this Friday. And, of course, as always, you can catch our pre-halftime and post-game shows going live. I will be going live on the pregame at we'll do it about noon. And of course, stay tuned to the end of the show to get your special coupon code for 20% off of all season 3 for the Faithful by the Faithful apparel. We're slowly getting all season 3 up, so we got a new design out today. So we're going to get there. Ladies and gentlemen, Faithful of all ages, let's get the show cracking.
Rice has just set a Super Bowl record with 12 catches. He's in motion. Montana, touchdown! John Taylor.
What's cracking, Jason? How you doing, bro?
What's good, man? It's a nice way to start the season with that nice W.
A nice dub is always a great way to start off, a legendary way to start off the season. By the way, a big shout out to Quan Alexander. I saw a video of him catching up with Dre Greenlaw and Demetrius.
After the game, yeah. Who did he actually switch jerseys with? Because I didn't see who it was.
I didn't see who he switched jerseys. It was literally he was giving daps to DFF, and then obviously was giving a big hug to Dre. I didn't even see the interaction between him and Bam Bam because I'm assuming there was one. Yeah,
I think I saw one. Like I said, I was curious who he was going to end up giving his jersey to, because I mean, there's plenty of guys still on the team from when he was here. So, but I think I saw him get in the game a few times. He had a few tackles.
Yeah. He was definitely in the game. Niners. Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can find it.
Was it Kim? I watched the game. Looked really good. Nick Bosa wasn't even playing all the time. Actually, Nick Bosa played like 85% of the snaps, 85, 90 or something.
Yeah, he was. But those 3 and outs clearly helped. Clearly, yeah, nothing's popping up. My internet's so slow today. Those 3 and outs help. Kyle pretty much said as much. As in that, when you have, what was it, 5 straight 3 and outs? 4 straight 3 and outs?
What is it? 199 yards to 1?
To 1.
I think after 3 minutes left.
I think it was. I can't remember which drive it was, but they had like -2 yards. And I remember
I think that was the third one.
Okay. It was just like -2 yards. And like my girl watched, I can't remember at what point she left. I want to say because she was hanging out with her mom a while too. But I want to say it was probably like 17-0, 20-0, somewhere around there. And she asked me, she goes, "Babe, like, is this normal?" And I was like, "No." I was like, the pregame, Clearly, the pregame, I had said, look, David McNiner had brought up the stat that they averaged 33 points a game with under Brock, and I said, you're not scoring 35 points a game against this defense. And that was before this performance that we saw. Now, how much of this was week one? Lucky for us, I feel that we have a game just to get just as fired up for, coming in week two. There's no drop off. And then obviously week 3 is our home opener. So we ain't got no choice to be ready to start the season. Jason, I know that we have some audio to get to and everything. I'll let you start off with, or we'll go ahead and get with ultimately, besides the win, I feel the best news coming out of Pittsburgh this week, Shanahan with injuries from the game.
All right, guys, same thing from last night. Ambry Thomas cleared his concussion evaluation yesterday and again today. So that's all I had. Go ahead. All right, guys, same thing from last night.
So is that
Ambry Thomas?
That's nobody, right?
Cleared his concussion evaluation yesterday.
That's literally nobody.
Yeah, so we're completely we're injury free because, like I said, there was that obviously the one with Ambry, and he's cleared. He's good to go. I mean, what do we do? I don't know. Everybody's healthy.
I'm not used to this. I'm used to weird having people injured. I don't know how to handle this.
Like my hands. What do I do with these when we score? What do we do?
I don't even know what that. Ultimately, that's the best news. I know that Trent went down twice, and then
it looked like a stitch, maybe like a stitch in the side, maybe kind of thing, because he's grabbing his ribs. But
I thought, oh my god, did Trent Williams just tear his pec? It's literally what I thought at first. I was like, are you fucking serious, bro?
Dude, the bar I was at, you could just hear everybody go, ooh, like, no.
Yeah, it was just like a collective fuck all across the country from the supporters clad in red and gold. So ultimately, I feel that we don't get into a lot of NFL news, but I mean, I said this because I was a little bit of my feelings this morning. But that sucks about Aaron Rodgers, bro. Not even to last a drive. Not even a drive.
75 seconds.
There's nothing wrong with that field. There's nothing wrong with that field division. That field's perfectly fine.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's a great field.
A great field.
Great field.
Best field in the league, right?
Right, yeah. Paid for with all the money. Top of the line.
Yeah, top of the line. Top of the line.
It's I feel like talking about that field is like the guy from Jurassic Park. It's paid no expense.
Yeah, right. Straight up. I mean, I told my girl this morning, I said, that's karma for 2020. Straight up. I mean, it sucks. And I looked at my girl and I said, look, I'm disappointed when the news became official. Like, we had obviously talked, her and I had talked when it was still, speculated, but everybody knew, but it was still speculative.
Yeah. I saw a picture of it last night. I was like, he's done.
Yeah. I said, look, this sucks. Everybody's prediction of a Niners Jets Super Bowl just went in the toilet.
What? You don't have any faith in Zach Wilson? Come on, man.
God. You know what? I pray for us to play Zach Wilson in the Super Bowl. Please, Lord, let that happen. Please. Oh God.
I mean,
in the name of Bill Joe.
My wife obviously is a Packers fan, and she was quite happy. The only bad part for what she was talking about is that their draft pick changes. It's obviously going to go down now because the value of Rodgers has gone down.
Yeah. But I mean, that.
Let's go, David. Thank you for showing up, brother.
Yeah. Thanks for showing up, brother.
Jet season.
Yeah, RIP Jet season. I mean, been there. I've been there. I mean, not necessarily
75 seconds, man. That's it. Like someone put.
How long?
The funniest thing I saw was they said Aaron Rodgers Jets 2023 highlights, and all it was when he ran out to the field with the flag to start during the introductions. I was like, damn.
All bad, bro. That's all bad. I mean, that's just. I know somebody that's a Jets fan, I haven't spoken to her, nor probably can get a hold of her. But I bet you she's probably close to jumping off a bridge.
Oh yeah, it's terrible.
If you're watching the show, Blair, trust me, I remember week 2 on that very field, against the same team. Yeah, against the same team.
I mean,
I remember every feeling that you're feeling now. I remember that exact feeling in 2020.
Actually, you feel that, but it was twice. It's twice as bad.
It was twice. Within what, 3 plays?
Yeah, 3 plays. We had twice. It was 3 plays. What is it going to take for them? Like, at what point does like the players' union get involved and be like, look, we're not playing on this field. We're like, the players just don't show up. I mean, something has to be done about that. It's trash.
It has to be this. Like, because what do they always say? Nothing gets done until it happens to a quarterback, right? The whole you can't hit a quarterback below the knees. What happened because of Tom Brady. Everybody always says, rules happen and things happen when quarterbacks, especially the status of Aaron Rodgers for the Jets, one of America's major market teams. I believe this gets something done. If it doesn't, then it's incompetence by ownership and the league.
I guess this one.
Like, if this doesn't get something.
I'll say the best diss I saw was Aaron Rodgers' injury is the worst thing that happened to New York since 9/11. I was like, fuck.
Damn,
like,
bro. That's cool.
Just like people are straight ruthless. And I was like,
ruthless, bro. Like that is. Oh man. Anyway, I don't even know how to transition from that.
I just gotta put my phone down. And I was like, "Ooh, I'm not touching that one."
Yeah, that like no, I'm not touching that with a 50-foot pole, bro. So Bosa, after the game,
how'd you feel out there on just a couple of days' notice here?
It felt good. Body held up good. I played pretty much the exact amount of snaps we were hoping for, and the 3 and outs kind of helped me not go too hard early. But body felt great. That was the number one thing, and a win's always nice.
How'd you feel out there on just a couple of days' notice here?
It felt good. Body held
I have to point out, did you see the play where he actually got pancaked?
yes, and
the look on his face was like, I don't think that's probably never happened to him in his entire life. And he kind of was like, just look at his face. I was just like, yeah, that's a new feeling for you, ain't it, Nick?
Yeah. And I bet you that never happens ever again. Like Nick Bosa is probably
not.
I mean, here I'll go ahead and let Shanahan speak on him, and then we'll go ahead and
he did a good job. He especially for his first time back, I thought he played real well in the run game. Didn't get a ton of opportunities in the pass game, with the center going the other way or some chips, but forced that holding call on one, and we ended up declining it because Huff got him I think we declined it. Because Huff got that tackle for the loss of 5. But I thought it was a good first day back, got out healthy, and ready to get him back into the swing of things this week. I thought he did a good.
I mean, yeah. Welcome back, Nick Bosa.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't play bad at all. He was not, he had a few, he was close to getting a few sacks and stuff like that. But I mean, for a guy who hadn't played any football at all, that was actually pretty good.
I mean, I told my girl, we've discussed this about Nick Bosa when she saw how much Nick Bosa got and understood that's the NFL's record contract, all that. And I said, get used to it, babe. Pretty much every major star that signs a contract is going to get a record deal, a record break.
Yeah. Whoever signs this next offseason is going to go off.
Michael Parsons, when he's due.
Yeah.
Michael Parsons, I believe, is the next major one. He'll beat Nick Bosa.
Yep.
So I told her, I said, Nick Bosa probably doesn't get 18.5 sacks again in his career. It would not shock me if that's the highest Nick Bosa ever gets in his career.
Yeah.
And I said, but a lot of people would say, oh, well, Nick Bosa, whatever. And I said, to me, what I want to see, and I said, why Nick Bosa gets paid $34 million a year now, or starting next season, is because of the impact he has on the game. You cannot tell me that Drake Jackson has three sacks, if Nick Bosa doesn't play. I mean, big props to Drake. the thing I ultimate takeaway from this game that I loved was the things that we heard all training camp that we really either didn't have the opportunity to see or didn't see in the preseason show themselves. What did we hear all throughout training camp? BA is a monster. BA is unstoppable. Boom. What happens? Drake's here working all off season. Drake's a new man. Drake's ready to go. Boom. 3 sacks. Javon Kinlaw. Man, Javon Kinlaw is a different beast. He's so slim. He's working out. He's keeping his pad level low. Didn't have a monster. Didn't have a monster game, but I don't need Javon Kinlaw to have a monster game. I need him to do that Fred Warner play that Graham and a bunch of people have shared. It's probably viral on social media. That's exactly what I want Javon Kinlaw to do. You're going to take up the double team to let the best linebacker in football do what he does best, and that's hunt the ball carrier.
But besides with Bosa, on the 3 sacks that Drake Jackson got, the biggest person that helped him out was Eric Armstead. All 3 of them came because of some of the penetration from both him and Hargrave. So, I mean, he might not have gotten those sacks without Bosa, but like I said, I think it was a bigger impact just coming because I know a lot of people want to compare him to Alden. He doesn't have Alden Smith's first step. Alden Smith had one of the all-time great first steps. But what he's doing really good is he's staying at the correct level. He's not over-chasing. So when those guys get the pressure up the middle, he's there to wrap them up. So I think a lot more of that goes to the inside guys than it would necessarily go to Nick Bosa for those sacks that he got.
And I mean, I don't know how you feel about this, Jason, but what encouraged me the most is most of those were effort sacks. And what was the one thing that we heard about Drake Jackson? Now, obviously, this is week 1, so nobody's really going to wear down. But we heard he wore down. That clearly wasn't the case yesterday. And so I saw the effort. And so more than, I just whooped this tackle. That's not sustainable. You're gonna lose some reps. What is sustainable and makes me excited about Drake Jackson, that not necessarily that he's going to have 3 sacks every game, but that he's going to progress and have a better second season than he did his rookie year, is the effort. Effort is translatable. You could always control your effort. That's something that can show in, down out. You might lose the rep, but you can show that great effort consistently, and that's what he did. Real quick, some notes from the game. Kyle Shanahan improved to 2-0 against the Steelers. Niners improved to 13-10 all time against Pittsburgh, including 7-5 on the road. Although that is our first win at the stadium formerly known as Heinz Field. I can't even say what it is now, so I'm not.
I refuse to call it anything else.
Yeah, it's Heinz Field, bro.
It's what do you call it? Did you ever call Candlestick Monster Park? No,
it was.
No one called it.
It was always a stick. Just like I don't call. I mean, some people call it the SAP Center or SAP Center. I always call it the Shark Tank. I know people that still call it the Pavilion. I know people that still call it their arena.
Nobody up here calls Lumen Field. It's always the Clink.
The Clink. But so the 30-7 victory marks the worst home loss for the Pittsburgh under Mike Tomlin and the worst home loss by the Steelers since 2006 versus the Ravens when they lost 31-7. We could get through all the offensive highlights, everything like that. But I always thought that right there is what shocked me. I read through the notes and everything, and we'll get into a lot of them. But you and I spent a lot of last week's show preparing people like, hey, brother, the Steelers are legit. This ain't a week 1 Bears opponent. And all good, Roberto.
Never late, Roberto. Never late.
Never late, bro. Always on time. A wizard is never late, always on time. Anyway, so that's what was encouraged. I called it Monster Park. I didn't like it. LOL would be like Monster Park. What is that? Yeah, no, bro. It's definitely the stick, bro. Always been the stick. Always will be the stick. How about Jake? We were just talking about him. I said Jake Jackson was the key to the season. I'm going to withdraw my statement and say Eric Armstead might be. I did not realize how much we missed Eric Armstead until yesterday. He was.
Told you, man. He showed up big time.
I was like, holy, and like just I wasn't quiet during yesterday's game, but I wasn't as loud as people thought because I was like soaking it in, and I was thinking to myself, like in my head all offseason, I had prepared myself to say, hey, look, most teams don't got the D to match up with BA, Kittle, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But to see it on the field, like I don't even remember the Niners starting a season scoring on the first 4 drives.
No, I could just. It's not that they scored; it was almost at ease that they were scoring.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It was just like everything was so smooth, so technical. Everything, it was just like bam, bam, bam. Like it's like there's according to I know that there's a game plan. You don't expect the game plan to be that smooth, almost. You know what I mean? Like it was. Everything was just clicking.
It just. I mean, we could break down individual performances. Matter of fact, let's not bury the lead anymore. I'm going to be mad if it. Oh, never mind. I totally clicked on the wrong thing. My bad. Offensive MVP, Kittle Corn, offensive MVP. I mean, BA, 8 targets, 8 catches, 2 tugs, and 129 yards.
Hey, who both those touchdowns against too?
Oh well, we'll get to see. I rewatched the highlights and everything, and I think what gets taken away from this game is Patrick Peterson, gave up the 2 touchdowns. Let's be real, that second one, great throw by Brock, great catch by BA. To me, not even Brock's most impressive throw. I'll get to Brock's most impressive throw here in a little bit, but. How many times is that ball really complete? I don't think
he was covered.
I don't think Patrick Peterson played as bad as a game as everybody makes it seem like he did. Like that one route, did BA break his ankles? Yeah, he broke his ankles. But Johnny Dell did a really good film breakdown and everything. I got to catch it since I was off today. So I got to catch Johnny Dell's film breakdown, and he put it mostly on the safety. Versus Patrick Peterson, but yes, true. 2 things could be true. Like BA broke his ankles. I'm sorry, like his ankles were toast after that. But to say that he act like he didn't play a great game, we'll get to I have a specific clip from Shanahan here in a second, but I walked away. I mean, let's be real. Patrick Peterson was a couple steps away from picking a couple. So
coulda, woulda, shoulda. That's right. Literally all I heard when he did his interview in the locker. All I heard was coulda, woulda, shoulda. Yeah, I should have caught this, and I couldn't. Well, guess what? You didn't, man. That's all there is. For all that shit talk you were talking, you did not a damn thing.
And with all those tells, I mean, if all those tells that you could just stop the Niners offense, imagine how many points we would have put up, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day,
all that
what's coming. I mean, let's be real. Most people, like Shanahan's been in the league long enough that most people know his offense.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, as Eric Davis says all the times, sometimes your ex is my ex is gonna beat your O. So it's all good if you know what's coming, but if you got BA breaking ankles, it really doesn't matter if you know what's coming. When you got
just like with Tyson, everybody's tough until they get punched in the face.
Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. You could know how to stop Debo, but it's a lot different when he's coming trucking at you full speed, trying to knock out your mouthpiece. You can know what Trent Williams' tendencies are. It's a lot different when he's coming on a zone read block, ready to decapitate you. It's just. I told my girl I want to very well preface this with one game. Like I don't want to get too excited. I don't want. Oh my God! There are plenty of things to clean up. I mean, penalties. Way too many penalties. I mean, some delay of games like that. It's week 1 stuff. It's procedural stuff. Yeah. I get it. But congratulations, faithful. Our football team hasn't peaked in week 1, which is exactly what you want. And if this football team hasn't peaked yet, and we could I don't, like I said, I don't want to get too far ahead, but health permitting, I think this might be definitely the best team that Shanahan's field. I would definitely say
we'll have to wait. We'll wait and see. It's talented. We'll wait and see.
So, I mean, big props. I don't want to take away anything from the team today. We will get into some bad here in a second, and then I'll let Jason talk about the D. Big props. I'm so excited because the Niners, what have we said, Jason? This team starts slow. This team starts when we did the schedule show, when we did the schedule breakdown.
Yeah.
We were going through the games. We were like, look, historically, this team starts slow. You know, where are these losses going to come at? Week 1 was one that we were talking about. You know, I know you thought the Cry Girls game, which we'll get to here in a few weeks. I didn't watch the game, but 40-0 is 40-0, bro.
I mean, honestly, their offense didn't impress me, but their defense and special teams look good. So, I mean, that Cowboys game looked a lot like, remember when the Niners defense and special teams were carrying Jimmy G?
Yeah.
That's kind of what that reminded me, because Dak was only he was like 16 of 29 or something like that, but he didn't impress. Nothing, you know, so. But again, like we said, 40-0 is still 40-0. No matter who you're playing.
Yeah. I mean, that's a professional team, a playoff team from last year. You know, that you rolled up, and division rival. Let's be real. What makes it more impressive is you act like that's a divisional team. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They know what you're gonna do, you know what they're gonna do, and still be able to put up a 40 burger. Yeah, that's impressive. You know how much
I had higher hopes for the Giants. I thought the Giants were gonna put some of the fight, but kind of like with the Steelers, you can tell by the end of the first quarter, second half, they were done. You can tell that, the soul was broken by that point.
I'm real glad we don't play him. I'm real glad there's a home opener ain't Sunday. I'm real glad because I would whoever the Giants play, I wouldn't want to be that team. And you know what might be beneficial? We get them on a Thursday night. Got to travel cross country. Anyway, we just got to go couple hour trip. We'll be back early. We'll be back early on Sunday from LA.
Yeah.
To get to some bad, not to be a Debbie Downer, or I won't say bad, but I'll phrase it like this: is Colton McKivitz is the right side of the offensive line going to be an issue, or is that just we played damn good D tackle and maybe one of the, let's be real, whose contract did Nick Bosa beat? I mean, the man that we were playing, that Colton McKivitz was lining up.
Yeah.
The
answer is yes and no. Is it the obvious weak point in this line? Yes. That's without a doubt. Is that probably going to be, besides him and Micah Parsons, the best defensive ends we play all year? Also, yes. So while it is a problem per se, I mean, we're not playing TJ Watt, Micah Parsons kind of thing every single week. Are we going to get the best one of the best D end every week over there? Yes. But I think, more or less he's going to be able to hold his own a little bit better. He'll probably need some help. Yes, obviously. But again, as long as we're not playing that, it's not bad. But I mean, there was a couple times where he did look bad. The Rams are better than we thought. Yeah, their defense is better than we thought.
Well, do it back-to-back weeks.
Yeah. Again, it's week 1. Take everything with a grain of salt. Don't get too happy. Don't get too sad. I see people who are jumping off the boat on all sorts of teams and everything. It's like, damn, fucking week 1.
I mean, to give people hope, if you're a fan of a team that starts 0-1, I believe it's 9 teams in the Super Bowl era have lost week 1 and gone on to win the Super Bowl. Yeah. So it's been done. So we'll go ahead and play Shanahan on Colton McKivitz.
I mean, he had the toughest matchup on the field. There was definitely a number that Watt got him. There's a couple of situations we could have helped him out better with some chips and stuff. He battled throughout it. but did good enough for us to win. But it was a huge challenge going against that player.
I mean, I think that's a pretty spot-on assessment by Shanahan. And pretty much what you just said right now, Jason, you know what? He played a damn good player. You know, sure, he gave up some. But you can't hate on him too much. We didn't lose the game. So if we could score 30 points with Colton McKivitz, admittedly not having the best game in the world, I mean, I'll take that. I think that you're gonna get more wins more weeks than not.
How's it, Randy?
So
like you just said, if we played a defense that with that type of player, now their linebackers aren't the greatest. I thought their secondary should have been. I thought they were going to play better than they did. You know whose name you didn't hear all day long, except for one time?
Mika Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, and the only time you really heard his name was when Purdy juked him out of his shoes. I mean, that little cut off to the left, that's the only time. And that is taking probably a top 10 player, or at least at the safety position, defensive player, and just juking him out of his shoes on that. So, I mean, other than that, I don't remember hearing him coming up with big plays or anything like that. So, I mean,
I don't remember shit he did all game.
No.
So this is one last thing, Jason, and then we'll go ahead and I'll let you take the lead against the defense. We can't not talk about number 13. I mean, he played the most impressive throw I saw was that I want to say it was third down throw to Debo, where Debo kind of had to, because the way he navigated the pocket. But you saw that he clearly wasn't going to run. He wasn't looking to run. He was navigating the pocket, keeping his eyes downfield, trying to hit the bigger play. And then you saw on that other run, the run.
Like that was nasty when you did it. It's just like, what is that?
Oh, I love that. I loved it. I loved every minute of it. That's why it's the thumbnail for this week's show.
Brock is like the most calm, cocky son of a bitch you've ever met. Like, he is cocky as a motherfucker when you watch him. Like, he almost to the point where it's like, I don't like you, but then you watch how everything is so smooth. You know what I mean?
Oh,
but
it's
he does.
I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it because everybody's going to take it the wrong way. But it's almost like Brock cool. Like it's just almost like nothing rattles him.
Yeah. And I think that comes from all the time he got to play in college. He played in quite a few. Yes, obviously the NFL is bigger than college, but you go into some of these stadiums where you're playing against crowds that are like 80, 70, 100,000 people, you get used to it. So, I mean, that's one of the, I'm sure if you went back to our show after after our draft, our review show, I'm pretty sure I brought that up, that if nothing else, his best trait was the fact that he's been there, done that. Obviously I didn't think he was going to be that good.
Well, no, nobody, because I keep on waiting for the shoe to drop. I keep on waiting for the okay, this is what Brock Purdy is. The league's caught up to. I keep on waiting for these moments. I keep on waiting for him.
How's it, Danielle?
Danielle, good to see you, baby. I keep on waiting for these moments to happen, and they're just not happening. And it's kind of like I want to believe, but I'm just so scared, Big Captain Brock.
We're changing the C word in the middle of
Big
BCC.
Brock. I mean, hey, he's the captain, and I think it's time to believe. Now, I had asked on the pregame show, is Brock Purdy the one? Well, what does the one exactly mean? What do we mean by when we say the one? Because I looked at my girl, and my girl asked me, do you believe Brock Purdy can win a Super Bowl? I said, when you look at the individual game, just the individual game of the Super Bowl as one game, yeah, I fully believe Brock Purdy is capable of winning that one game. Shit. Now, is he able to do it while withstanding a 17-game schedule? Etc. Everything that might happen in this. Well, we're bound to find out over the next 16 weeks. But I definitely, anybody who thought that Trey was going to beat out Brock or that should get the team before Brock, I think Brock put that to bed yesterday.
I still see some people doubting him. But
whether Trey gets to that point or not, right now or on Sunday, September 10th of 2023, Brock Purdy was miles ahead of where Trey Lance would ever be when he got. If he gets to that point. So for the 2023,
we all knew that.
I mean, I have to say it for the people in the back, Jason. And I think beyond, we said it all off season. I said it on Bryant's show when I've came on Bryant's show before. Fuck what I say, fuck what Jason says, fuck what any content creator says. Listen to what Kyle's saying. How many times did you scream at your screen to go for it on 4th and 1?
I loved it.
And out comes, Mitch Wisnowski. And to be in shotgun and to throw it. Now, Shanahan broke it down and said it's all good. And it had a lot to do with how good they are in short yardage. Hence the play before. That's all you had to do is look at the play before the 4th and 1. But the confidence in Trey. Kyle does not do that with Jimmy.
No.
The best he would have done was a quarterback sneak. I'll give him that. But he's not having Jimmy.
You can't take that away from him.
You're not having Jimmy drop back and throw in that situation.
Hell no, I wouldn't. I would scream and yell at the TV for that one.
So forget what anybody else is telling you. Listen to what Kyle's telling you. Better yet, more than what he's telling you, look at what he's showing you. Look at what he's showing you, and that will tell you, at least for now, Kyle has found his quarterback. Now, people say, well, will he settle on him? I mean, shit, Bill Walsh was never settled on Joe Montana. Why the fuck do you think they brought in Steve Young? Like
the same thing,
his
Brian.
whole career, Joe was essentially looking over his shoulder. Now, some people would say that's why you got 4 championships out of him. Thank you. Trade to the Jets. I mean, I was screaming, kick the field goal, take the points. I mean, it was close. Kyle came out. Both coaches came out pretty aggressive yesterday. Mike Tomlin asking for the ball.
Yeah.
I was shocked on that one.
I think they were feeling themselves a little bit too much after that.
I think so too.
The preseason, looking at he's like, oh, these guys are a little bit better than we thought they were. Like, yeah, buddy.
Yeah, I think so. And I think Kyle was, I don't want to say, yeah, I mean, he was best quarterback at the quarterback sneak. I don't want to say like Kyle was trying to win the game there, but Kyle was trying to throw a haymaker. We're going for it on 4th and 1. He was like, nah, I ain't kicking the field goal, going up 3-0, giving them a chance to no, we're going right for the kill shot.
Kyle was in his bag all day long.
Because you know what it is, and I think now that we have a quarterback that Kyle trusts, Kyle's like, I know that we're better than this football team.
Yeah.
Like I know my defense is better than their offense, and I know that I can scheme a game plan that they cannot stop us.
Yep.
All right,
he's
Jason,
never had this level of confidence with a quarterback ever.
No.
I mean, even with someone like Matt Ryan, it's almost to that level because that Atlanta Falcons team went to the Super Bowl. They were pretty damn good. They were a damn good offensive team. But I don't even know if even Matt Ryan, I don't know. He just seems so much more calm now with Brock Purdy. And it's funny because Brock Purdy is probably, and to a lot of people, he's very unathletic. He's your typical pocket passer, but he moves damn well.
It was clear he was shocking some Steelers defensive players with
Yeah.
how fast he was able to move. I'm curious, what happens if that's taken away. But hey, just say Jimmy Cheese in the first place in the NFC. Nobody expected that. Yeah, talk to me in week 4. Talk to me in week 4.
Although I did watch that game, and Jimmy played like Jimmy. Jimmy actually scrambled. I was like, oh shit, he can actually. I think his knee is finally to the point where he's starting to trust himself, kind of a thing. But because I actually seen him take some scrambles and everything. So we'll see.
So you're officially saying it's the Yams we're competing with in the division over the Seahawks? Not after. I'm sorry. I would have to see some more. After that, although Stafford. Anyway, I'm curious to see what happens this week. All right, Jason. I'll let you take the lead on the D.
The D just straight dominated. No matter what, we've had some good defensive here, obviously. I don't think I've seen a defense this dominant almost make it look easy. The only time that they really looked like they were on their back heels was that last drive to end the second half when they went to prevent, which I was screaming the whole time, what, get the hell out of prevent. Up until that point, they weren't doing anything. And all of a sudden, we're giving them those 10 to 15 yards because we're playing off and everything like that. It's just like, I almost thought we could have put them away sooner had we not jumped into prevent to do that. Because like I said, before that, nothing.
I feel like after that CMC, sorry, my bad. After that CMC touchdown, I felt like the whole team took their foot off the gas.
Kind of. It's like they gunned it so hard that we thought it was done by then, which, to be honest, yes. And had we kept up the pressure, I think, on that defensive stand, it would have been. But almost at times, the Steelers' offensive line was just getting pushed back. Linebackers everywhere. Like, I don't know. I can't think of a play to where Dre or Fred were not in the middle somewhere. Like, was there anything over the middle they could not stop or tackle instantly? Nothing.
Is there anybody in the NFL that on every single play has the millimeter, like the smallest smidge of getting an unnecessary roughness penalty on every play more than Jerry Greenlaw?
Probably not.
Like, there's like every single play, it seems like Dre's about like a millimeter away from getting kicked out of the game.
Yeah. Now, the other part that didn't look good, because we got to keep it real, I do not know why Demo was trying to do his best Josh Johnson impersonation.
Yeah, that was.
And speaking of that second half drive, that is what he kept them that alive twice on that one.
Yeah.
See, last time we were dominant versus Green Bay Pack. Yeah, that was probably it. That's why they'll score this weekend. Yeah. But again, that wasn't Dak in the offense. That was mostly the defense and special teams. Other than that, like I said, it bent a little bit in the third and fourth. Like I said, I think not that they were tired. I think it just got to the point to where it was just like, okay, this game is done. Other than that, like I said, it was good to see Bosa back out there. He took like 85, 90% of the snaps. Was it 6 straight 3-and-outs to start the game? I think is what it was.
Yeah. No, it was 5 or something like that.
Either way, I mean, that just shows you how dominant it was. And like I said, at the end of the first half, I think they showed a picture of Cody Pickett on the sideline, and he just was doing this at that point because he had no idea what in the world he was doing anymore. Because he was broke.
It was clear that we were literally giving them shit when we were engaged and interested and fully engaged. It was clear, like we were literally not trying to give them a yard.
That's all we gave them was a yard.
I mean, like it's just holy shit. I don't. And it's like we keep on getting shocked by these performances and how good this D is. What was it, like 13 straight quarters without a touchdown last year or something like that?
Yeah.
You know, we keep on getting shocked by all these things that this defense does. And it's like, I think we should be to the point where we're not. Like, this might, and it's always hard to quantify because of the different styles of the league versus back then, and because of championships versus no championships now. But like, this might be this, you know, since what, let's say 2019, started showing signs of 2018, but this D really changed in 2019 with the arrival of D4, Nick Bosa, Fred Warner taking a step forward, et cetera, et cetera. 2019 until now, we might be watching some of the best defensive football in franchise history.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, I wonder at what point does it start becoming historically like NFL? I think the reason why this group of guys hasn't been considered all-time great is that Super Bowl.
Yep. Yeah,
you know, we win a Super Bowl somewhere in there.
We get it done in 19. You know, get it done in 19. Maybe get to Super Bowl in 21. You know, you could you throw last year up in the air, but you know, getting a Super Bowl, getting to this, basically winning the Super Bowl in 19, and getting and or winning the Super Bowl in 21. I think you're talking about some. You know, you start to hear like Fred Warner, the Dick Butkus, you know, Hall of Famer, like first ballot Hall of Famer discussions.
Everybody's name goes up if we'd won in 29.
I run out of adjectives and words to describe the greatness of this defense. And it's so frustrating because I watch performances like some last year. Denver comes to mind. You know, I watched champion performances like Sunday, and I say, how is it? Yeah. That's why I said 1. I'll give it to 84. 84 is probably the best defense in franchise history.
How's it, Jess? Oh, wrong one.
What's up, Jess? How you doing?
Hey, yeah, sorry, clicked on the wrong one. The chat went up.
Baby, Pete LA. Let a
Indeed.
hashtag. Let a hashtag. So I feel so hesitant right now because it's only week 1. You know, let's go see. You know, and it's Kenny Pickett. You know, let's go do that against. I don't even know. I don't even know a quarterback I can name off the schedule right now, because I think even Matthew Stafford, we've shown that we can shake him up.
Maybe until we get to Lamar.
Maybe Lamar, which
Let's see.
Lamar's running scares me more.
True. Definitely.
That's going to be a game that's going to be, because I believe, unless I'm mistaken, I want to say Lamar killed us with his legs way more than he did in 2019.
He does that to every team. I mean, say what you want. Deshaun Watson's still pretty good quarterback. Maybe Cousins. I mean, we hold him in check, but he at least has done it before. Joe Burrows.
Yeah, Joe Burrow. Trevor Lawrence. I'm curious to see Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence could be, yeah.
I think Trevor Lawrence is going to have good drives and good plays, but I don't think he's going to light us up.
Yeah. Then obviously Hurts.
Joe Burrow could light us up. You know, that's the type of quarterback.
Although he looked terrible on I don't know if you saw that game, but he looked terrible.
Well,
look, and Bryant, I know nobody likes Deshaun Watson. Don't get me wrong. He's probably scum of the earth kind of thing for all the shit that he's done. Talent-wise, he's still up there. He still is up there but I mean, and that hurts me to say, but I mean, he's still a good quarterback. You know,
minus the baggage that would come. Let's be real. If it wasn't for the baggage that would have came for trading with him, Deshaun Watson is a Niner.
Well, that was after all that. I mean, he would have been a Niner by the time all that came out. So he would have been the Niners by the time all that shit started happening. So
maybe
it's a good thing we didn't trade for him before that.
I think there was a sniff going around.
It could be.
But anyway, I just pretty much talk to me at the end of September. When we talk about who's looked bad, who's looked good, things that have happened, and then we have at least a couple games that we can talk. But for week 1, especially considering how this team has started historically, and I specifically point to the Bears game or the Broncos game that cost us the NFC Championship game, hosting the NFC Championship game last year. And so to not have week 1, sure, any time that you don't win the conference, you'll be able to, or get the number 1 seed in the conference, you'll always be able to look back at a game where you lost and say, oh, this was the one that would have, could have cost us this, could have cost us that. But I feel happy that it won't be a game that I wouldn't have been surprised if we lost. I would have been less surprised that we lost last week. Like if you would have told me the Niners would lose one of the next two season openers from last year or this year, I believe it would be more likely this year than last year.
Yeah.
So it feels good to not have week 1, be one of the losses that we look back at the end of the year and say, damn, if only. And before we get out of here, I feel like we'd be, not doing our job if we didn't miss big ups from Jake Moody, 6-6. And what encouraged me is they were clearly trying to rattle him. I believe.
Oh yeah, that timeout in that first one, I was like, "What the hell is that thing?" All right.
They were clearly trying, and I don't give a fuck what Mike Tomlin says. I don't know if he was asked, but they clearly jumped off sides and blocked that kick to get into Jake Moody's head.
Yeah.
And what impresses me, what impresses me the most is that I don't know why the preseason did it or whatever. Don't really give a fuck at this point. He nailed it. And what I like about these kicks is that one, like, they were pretty much some of them were right down the middle. He was.
I didn't hesitate to call him good on any of his kicks.
Yeah, no, they looked like they were going to be right down the middle. I believe Kyle's played it safe on something. Wishnowski is. I take back any bad word. I take back the fact that I tried to get him to do Aussie, oi, oi, oi his rookie year, and he said no. He did that shit too much in college. I forgive him for that.
I'm still waiting for the day we use Wishnowski as the regular player instead of just a kicker. The man played rugby. He's like when we with that one, I thought that was actually a
Kyle's top secret Super Bowl winning game plan.
Yeah, like I honestly thought that was a called play for us. I was like, oh shit, we're actually doing it finally. Yeah, dude, like rugby, let him do some shit.
Right. 4th and 2, Super Bowl on the line. Here comes shots out. Mitch Wishnowski with Trent Williams
field goal
leading the way. I love it. Let's go. Let's go get our championship, Mitch. God,
like I think he could lay some people out if he tried to. He's got the size. He knows what to do. He's not just your normal kicker or punter kind of guy. So, which the next
Mitch almost got the first down. He
did. He was close. Like if he knew that was an actual play instead of just reacting, I wonder if he would have actually gotten that.
I wonder. I wonder if Kyle sits there and says, "Hey, you know what, Mitch? You showed me a little something on that play there."
Well, dude, that's what the Chiefs do. When the Chiefs come up with those crazy ass plays, Andy Reid's like, "Okay, you guys go figure something up and we'll make it out." Why can't we do that shit?
I have a personal vendetta against Wasps just because that play in the Super Bowl was called Wasp. Like, I hate all Wasp now.
Yeah.
Like, that's how irrational I am. I think I need medical psychiatric help, bro. Like, I hate all Wasps just because of a football play called Wasp. That's unreasonable. Anyway, yeah, no, I think
you need that help, and I've for other reasons as long as I've known you.
Hey. I'm not going to deny that one, bro. I was definitely dropped on my head as a kid. Hitting the head a lot as a kid too. But yeah, no, I mean, special teams, big. To me, people would ask why you have Ray McCloud out there over Ronnie Bell. That play that the ball hit off of, was it Demo?
Oh, I forget who it was, but yeah, he made the
And the not only the awareness to pick up know that's a live ball, or not even the awareness, because we don't even know if he knew, but just the awareness to say, hey, that could be live.
Yep,
Instead of a certain fucking somebody that I won't mention in the NFC fucking.
It's okay, let it out.
Yes.
And how many years now we can let it go?
No, never. I'll never let that fucking shit go, bro. Fucking cost us the championship, cuz. Anyway, like the awareness to say, hey, this could be live. I'm gonna pick it up, and then the skill to what was it, 9 yards, something like that. That's why Ray McCloud's on this football team. Now, is Ronnie Bell clearly going to take his job? Probably as soon as
maybe in the future.
Yeah, I would say probably as early as this offseason. I would bet. You know, especially I think it's Ray's last year. Was it? I think it was a 2-year contract that he signed last year.
It was 3, but
okay. If they could save some cap by cutting Ray McCloud this offseason, best believe Ronnie Bell's going to take his job. But for week 1, especially knowing how motivated he was to play in that game, and that's what I love about Kyle. Kyle doesn't hide behind things like that. Like, Kyle allows Nick Bosa to go crazy and wave an invisible flag and pound it in the ground. Like, hey, you know what, Nick? If that's what you got to do to go out there and get 2 sacks and a strip fumble and all that, go ahead. You know, use some vendetta for college. Ray, that's what's going to make you out to catch punts all day and not fumble and all that shit and come back from a broken wrist, is the fact that we're playing the Steelers. Cool. Do what you got to do.
Ray also said that he had the same injury in college, so he knew what he could and couldn't do. So,
well, there you go.
The only bad part about any of it was the kickoff coverage, because it was absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
There should have been no way we're getting that much. It was just bad.
Yeah. There's definitely I'm excited after this win, Jason, and I'll get your final thoughts after this. But I'm excited after this win because we look damn good. But there's still plenty of, like you said, special teams coverage, penalties, you know, some questionable defensive play calling. I was with you. I thought that, you know, we went into prevent, like fourth quarter, fine, but I thought we went into like that shit in the second quarter. Like, what were we fucking doing?
Yeah.
Especially clearly when we turned it on, when they got down there inside the 10, we clearly turned it on and they didn't get shit. So it was
we did that all last year too.
Game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's like whenever this football team wants to turn it on, they could turn it on. So, yeah, I love it. Plenty of things to get clean up, which is excellent news because that means that the Niners haven't peaked in week 1, which is definitely what we don't want. Jason, final thoughts?
It was good week 1. Good to get it going. Finally got to see some football finally. I liked what I saw. Few things to clean up, but on this side, everything looks positive right now. Obviously, it's week 1. I don't want to get too excited, but man, some of the stuff, if we keep up this the same sort of to me, everything just looks so calm and collective. Like everybody knows what to do, and they're not worried about, you know, what this guy's going to do. As long as I do my job, everything's. I don't know. That's to me the biggest thing is that everybody just comes across so smooth, so calm, and to me that is deadly. When you are calm and you collective and you're playing that good, that is deadly to me.
For installing a new defense, no blown coverages. I mean, I'm sure there were some, but like none. Before we go real quick, Drake Jansen, Bam Bam MVP of the week. Can't forget to give big props to number 95.
Definitely.
That was definitely the most encouraging things is the things that we heard in training camp, which was BA is a monster and Javon Kinlaw and Drake Jackson are new men. We definitely saw on the field week 1. And that's very, very encouraging. All right, Jason, we'll go ahead and we'll see y'all Friday.
Deuces.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you, Brian.
Yeah, great show, bro. All right, we'll see you Friday, bro.
Mhm.
All right, everybody. Great show. Please remember to hit that like button and subscribe, all that good stuff on YouTube. We're going to go ahead and get up out of here. But before we do, of course, help out Niner Faithful Radio by using our shop49ers.com affiliate link. Link will be in the description of this podcast or video. Go to SeatGiant.com. Use the promo code Niner Faithful Radio to save on all your theater, concert, and sporting event tickets, as well as help out the show. To see everywhere you can subscribe to Niner Faithful Radio, go ahead and visit NinerFaithfulRadio.com/subscribe. Go ahead and follow us on Niner Faithful Radio at Niner Faithful Radio on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, or Tumblr, and on Twitter at Niner Faithful R. Make sure to catch Jamie and Jason NFR Weekly News Wrap on Friday. Catch me doing the pregame, Jason doing halftime, and Jamie doing postgame on Sunday. And of course, this week's special coupon code for 10% off of all For the Faithful by the Faithful Season 3 apparel is Beat LA. All right, we'll see y'all. I shall see y'all Sunday. Make sure to tune in to Jason and Jamie on Friday. Till then, faith, love, and happiness. Go Niners.
Rice has just set a Super Bowl record with 12 catches. He's in motion. Montana. Touchdown, John Taylor.
See ya.